Good morning and welcome to Denny Real Estate. This morning I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of a how-to video or a tutorial or a product review, I'm going to give my opinion on something. It might not be worth that much to you, but nevertheless I'm going to give it anyway. So I am going to talk about where I think the PEI real estate market is headed over the next year or so. And I come at this from a few different angles. The first is my consulting work as an engineer, which I still do part-time, and so that's mostly in the development and construction area. The second is as a realtor, so buying and selling homes for people. The third is as a real estate investor. And the fourth, which is not really my angle, but I do follow and read quite a bit from economists, so I'm kind of, regurgitating the ideas that they've passed on to me. From all those different perspectives, I kind of bundle it all together, and this is where I think the PEI real estate market is headed over the next year. Now, just to be clear, this is not financial or investment advice. I'm not your financial planner. I'm just giving an opinion here, and just like the rest of you, I don't have a crystal ball that's telling me the future. A lot of people had some bold opinions 2 or 3 years ago, and then COVID came along and just blew those up. So that could easily happen again with something different in the next 6 months. But nevertheless, here we go. So in PEI during the COVID time, we saw the days on market for listings come down and the prices go up. People were buying houses without inspection conditions, removing as many conditions as they could to make their offer competitive, and were often going over the asking price. So things were moving quickly and prices were increasing. Now, post-COVID, we've seen that kind of come down a little bit and balance out. So it's more of a balanced market, not necessarily a buyer's or a seller's market. Not perfectly balanced, but much closer than it was in COVID. Now, the direction that I think that we are headed is, I think that prices are going to go up a little bit. I don't think they're going to spike up by any means. I think what we're going to see first is we're going to see the days on market for houses come way back down. So I've personally, and from talking to other real estate investors and realtors, I've seen houses that should sell faster stay on the market for long periods of time that we didn't really expect, and it's hard to tell why. Obviously, in every industry, it's always supply and demand, and what's the balance there, and that impacts pricing and how long it takes something to sell. So obviously, there wasn't the demand that we expected for some reason, or the demand that we had seen a couple of years ago. I personally think that prices might go up a little bit, but we're going to see that demand increase through houses and properties selling faster than they have over the past couple of years. Now, I did say I think prices will increase a little bit. If I had to guess, just with where interest rates are at, I would probably say I expect house prices above the 500-600 mark, let's call it the more luxury home area. I would expect those to remain about the same, but I think in the more competitive ranges, especially where you have first-time home buyers and they have like all these loan programs, I think those will be very competitive. So just in the past few weeks, I've had 2 first-time home buyers where we've gone over asking price because it was a house in a reasonable price range, and it was one of the few things that would meet their criteria for buying. And we wanted to make sure that we got it, so we went above the asking price. So anything under 400, under 450, I think if it's priced appropriately, it'll both move fast and potentially go over the asking price. Again, if it's priced appropriately. If you have a 350 house that should sell for 350, maybe it goes for 360. If you have a 350 house and you're extremely ambitious and you go in at 425, I doubt it. I could be wrong. This is just an opinion, but I doubt it. So take it with a grain of salt. That's just one guy's opinion. But if I had to guess at where the PEI housing market is going, I would say on the lower to medium end of that spectrum, those houses are going to be really competitive over the next year, even 2 years. And I think days on market, which is how long it takes a house to sell, I think we're going to see those really compressed down back to where they were a couple of years ago, where we're seeing houses, they get listed, they're offer in, and they're sold in 2, 3, maybe 4 months instead of 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. So that's my take on the 2025 real estate market. And one thing I have right now is quite a few clients who are reaching out for prepping for the 2025 season, and they're wanting evaluations on their homes or property to see what they could take them to the market at. So if you're one of those people, you'd like an opinion on cost or an opinion on value, I'd be happy to touch base and chat through my strategies with you. Thanks again for listening, and feel free to comment or share with anyone you think this might benefit.